Welcome to Planting Joy Garden. It's fall, it's September, and today we're going to do a garden tour. I am going to have to do a little harvesting during this tour, so sit back and I'll share everything that I've started from my fall garden and the things that I've continuing to harvest from my summer growing. Okay, so I still have tomatoes coming in here, and as you can see, this is the Sweet 100 cherry tomato, and it's still continuing to produce so many tomatoes. And even when I think I've harvested them all, there's always more to gather and harvest. So this plant will stay in place until my frost destroys it. So this is one thing that I kind of leave in until the snow hits it. Okay, I have done a little pruning underneath to allow my parsley, which is planted for the fall, so my parsley could grow in. I also have some carrots growing in here. I planted some summer squash, and I'm only getting male flowers, so this has yet to produce anything for me. I have my bunch of onions, and I'll probably be harvesting some of this today with you. And I have here some Swiss chard growing in real nicely. So I definitely need to harvest some of these bunching onions. Okay, so now I'm going to take a clump of these younger onions here. So bunching onions are definitely a staple. They grow really well for me. And I have a lifetime supply of bunching onions here. Okay. Now I have been caring for my winter squash here, butternut, and I'm getting some really nice sized fruit. They are really kind of putting some weight on. I did have initial problems with some powdery mildew, but I immediately addressed it with soapy dish soap, just to kind of wash the mildew away, and it seems to be working. And you see this guy here, it's huge. It's so heavy compared to the way that it looks. And I have roughly like 30 days before my first frost. So I'm hoping to harvest that and have it fully mature on the vine. So this is something I have planned as a late fall harvest. Yeah, I also have some lettuce. I thought I put Marlowe lettuce in here, but this looks like maybe the red oak leaf. We'll see how it turns out. I still have celery growing in, and my herbs never get oversized because I constantly harvest. Here's my rosemary, and I have a little arugula there. Now I'm going to take you over to my green stalk. There's something I've been doing here. Let me get out of my own shadow. Okay, so I still have my strawberries. I've been cutting the runners off, and I'm doing one tier of herbs, and I plan on taking this tier into the garage for the winter. So I have some rosemary, I have a little oregano, and this one doesn't, the color is seeming to wash away. So we're going to have to figure that out. I have some sage. What I did is cut a little piece, and I'm trying to propagate it. I'm also propagating some thyme, and this is working. The thyme is actively growing. So I took up cutting from one of my principal plants, and I just stuck it in here, and now it's actually growing. So that's wonderful news. So I will be taking this bottom tier into the garage for the winter because I'm committed to not purchasing plants and things with herbs. They're perennials, so you don't want to keep purchasing them. You want to overwinter them as much as you can. Okay. And here I have my green stalk of leafy green vegetables. They're doing amazing. I can definitely harvest from here. Okay, now my spinach. There has been amazing development here. And at first I thought it was a mistake to grow the spinach behind the mustards, but it proved to be a very good idea because the mustards are providing shade for the spinach. The mustards, I will be harvesting this out today. I have my strawberries, and you'll notice this moisture. I did not water anything. Time temperatures have been in the high 40s to 50s, and our day temperatures have been 70 to 80. So we're getting like 50 to 40 degree temperature swings. And so we have a heavy dew. Okay. Now this is my first planting of turnip greens. And here's the second planting. I absolutely need to get in here and harvest these leaves. I may actually have turnip bulbs down there, so I need to get in and harvest this today. So now I have my turnip greens opened up and uncovered, and I'm going to do some major harvesting here. And let's see, is it going to be leaves or will I be harvesting bulbs? Let's get started. So here's my turnip harvest. I decided to harvest only greens today. It was a plentiful, bountiful harvest. I am going to leave the bulbs to grow on in cooler temperatures, especially when the frost hit the bulbs. It makes the turnip bulb a lot sweeter. So I'm going to leave those to grow. And so I used to cut and come again to harvest the leaves. I was able to get more air into my leaves and to allow light to get to the younger turnips that are growing in this bed. Here I have my oregano, and I harvest aggressively from my oregano. And right now I don't need any more oregano. I absolutely positively do not need any more. I have dried it for the winter, and so I have an abundance. I do have this in a cage because I think the bunnies kind of like oregano. So I have it in a cage. And as you can see, a lot of my black eyed Susans are spent. And you really should not leave these seed heads because in my area, this is a native flower for us. So I'm going to end up with a lot of black eyed Susans. But the insects love it. It is a native plant and it's supporting our native insects. So I will leave it in place and I'll just pull what I don't want. Okay, here's my Annabelle hydrangea. It holds its flower heads until you actually cut them off. So the Annabelle hydrangea provides amazing structure in the fall garden. Okay, I have cut back my ferns here. It's skunk season for us, so yes, I want to give my frogs hiding places, but I don't want to hide skunks. Um, I did leave my hostas in place to protect my frogs and allow them to get around. Just have my sweet alyssums. Now we had a week where the temperatures were down in the 40s at night, and it really helped my alyssums to bounce back. So what I did is I did a hard prune during that week. They were able to just kind of recover, and so they're really fleshing out again. Still have some zinnias. I'm harvesting them as they come in. At this point, I am going to leave the flowers to dry so that I'll have seeds for next year. Okay. And here is my wild and woolly climbing rose. Yes. And so it will get pruned late winter or early spring because the flowers bloom on new wood. And so all of this is new wood, but it's just out of control. And here is my hibiscus. This was the big red hibiscus. And I'm just leaving the foliage, the leaves, so that it can nourish the roots before it goes dormant for the winter. Okay. And here's the time again. I've been harvesting aggressively. I've cleared this area. The fall and winter is very wet. This is a swell and it controls the movement of water off of my roof. So I have cleared this area so that I don't get ice dams. And so you can see my rock structure that's usually hiding under the ferns. And so that I don't get ice dams, it runs along here and it runs out to the yard. So it's just to keep the water moving. And so I want to make sure it's clear for fall. Okay, back to the tour. So my thyme is growing in really well. I prune this consistently. I need to make another big harvest of thyme because once the snow falls, this thyme will be buried under the snow. And as you can see, my autumn joys are blooming, and every bee in the neighborhood, all kind of varieties, are just kind of hanging out. If you can see them there, they're just kind of hanging out on my autumn joys. And we're in full sun. This is the morning full sun that I get. And this is my volunteer tomato. And it is definitely producing fruit there. I have my bee haven here of flowers to bring those pollinators in. And my basil is growing in there. Okay, now let's take a look at my pepper plants. So I have lots of peppers coming in. So these are my banana peppers. When you look at the peppers, these are my banana peppers. They have a purple tone to them, so they're going to ripen into a solid purple color. It doesn't mean that they're sunburned or diseased, but these are heirloom, non-genetically modified banana peppers. Purple is a normal color for peppers. You remember, peppers and eggplants are related. So it's quite common to have purple peppers. And they actually have to breed the purple out of the pepper. But these are heirloom, non-modified, so the purple will appear. Okay, so I have quite a number of peppers. So these are fully mature and they're going to turn purple on me. Okay. I also have quite a number of my marconis growing in. And during a little cool spell, my peppers lost a lot of their leaves. So these aren't quite as big as my first go around because we did have a cool spell, but they are really putting on growth. See if I can get this in the, so, and the plant is getting really, really weighed down. So I definitely need to do some harvesting. You know what? I've got to harvest these. They grew since yesterday. See if I can get a better angle. See, here's some more of those peppers. They've grown since yesterday. They will actually tear up the plant. Let's see, there it is. Okay. So let's start with the peppers. These are very nice size. Let's see, we'll get quite a number of them. Just want to get some of the weight off of the plant. And here's the peppers. Okay, let's get a couple of the banana peppers. And here are our banana peppers. They look really good. Oops, I forgot one. It's a nice size banana pepper. Okay. Okay, and here's our harvest. So we have some banana and marconi peppers. I think I forgot a couple of the Marconis here, so we'll grab these. So here is my Marconi and banana pepper harvest. And these are perfect size. It's a nice little harvest I have here. I also have some shishitos coming in. And so I need to really do a nice harvest here of my peppers. And here's a handful of fresh picked shishito peppers. Nice harvest for today. So that's basically what my garden looks like. I will back up so you can see. I've done a lot of vertical growing and it looks quite like a jungle because of all the vertical growing, but I was trying to get a lot in a small space. So I hope you have enjoyed this garden tour with Harvest. Please give me a like if you learned anything new today. And I want to thank you for joining me in the garden. Have an amazing day.